So I I posted the video of Papa, or after Papa and I plowed the driveway with the two tractors. We used his Power King and his John Deere. I drove the Power King and he drove the new John Deere. I like driving the Power King better than the new tractor. But when I was driving it, I lifted up the rake on the back of it, and it got caught on this license plate frame, and it lifted up the whole front of the truck, and then it dropped it down, and you can't really, I don't know where it, I know it hit right here. I was so shocked that this license plate frame didn't just break, you know, but like it lifted up the front of the truck, and by the time I realized it, I went to, you know, lower the rake back down, and it dropped the truck down. And then I was doing a real good job, you know, I hadn't hit the truck at all, and you know, I pushed all this, got real close right through here, but the rake went under the bumper, so it was alright. I didn't hit the tailpipes or the bumper or anything, although I did this last push right here where you can still see the lines from the rake. I hit it somewhere. You can't really see can't see where I hit it though, so that tells me I must not have hit it as bad as what I thought. It hit somewhere in this area and then somewhere down here, and I don't know where. And then I backed up. You can see we've mostly just put the snow right here, but I raked back the snow a little farther so I could get to my shed, and then I shoveled out a path. And I was looking, and the Primestar dish sure got covered with snow. And you can see it snowed since yesterday. It snowed last night when we went to the store, if you've seen that video. Because there's the heater. There's the heater I put out there. So everything just got more snow covered than it already was. The toaster sure looks funny. Holy cow. And then that's the Kenworth mud flap I found at Kroger. It was under the Plaza sign, and you know, it sat there for a while, and I finally thought, I'm gonna take that. So after like 4 months of seeing it there, I put it in the back of the truck and took it home. And it's from a Kenworth semi-truck, or it's from a Kenworth dealership. That mud flap, I suppose, could have come off of a trailer as well as a truck. But look at this big icicle on the... Whoa, it runs from the top of the Fazoli's exit sign, runs down the side of it, and then hangs off like that. Goes down here to the ground. And then the poor chair, holy cow, did it get covered in snow. There's a big icicle going. Oh, this is all ice on the top of the TV, and then it just did the same thing the sign did, just kind of ran down. Look, the fabric is frozen. It'd be cold to sit in. The horse still has a icicle hanging off of it. Everything back here looks about the same. And then if you go into the garage, or the barn, the process of getting the York rake out was interesting. so you can see where I drug it across the floor. It was behind the roller. So I pulled it out from the roller, then I stuck it on the hand cart, the hand truck. Then I had to push the scaffolding all the way back to the wall so that I could get it through here. Had to move all the fans. And then I had it sitting here. And then Papa and I put it on the tractor. We took the ball hitch mount off and put the York rake on there. Made by the York Rake Company. And it worked pretty good in the snow. I hadn't actually used it before, but I love driving the Power King. That new tractor is so simple to drive that you don't feel like you're doing anything. You're not paying attention to what you're doing because all you got to do is put your foot on the gas. This, you got to shift it into whatever gear you want. And then, of course, it just drives itself as well. But this is easier to drive than that. I don't like the new one. So my grandpa did the new one, the John Deere, and he scooped it. And you can see all the snow on the deck of it. And that's how our snow piles got so tall. And then I drove forward, I raked it forward, and then I also pushed the snow back, and got it all pushed away. I tried to sweep off the deck as best I could. My fingers were hurting so bad. I could feel the veins in my hands, like individual veins in my hands. That's how cold my hand was. And then before we did all that, I got the snow shovel and I shoveled the sidewalks. So we did all that. I didn't tear up the truck, so that's good. All the snow fell off the side of the window. You can see the tracks from Papa's tractor over here. And then the Power King tracks are kind of everywhere as well. So it snowed last night, and oh yeah, we found this mouse inside, and so we threw it outside, and if you can see, its eyes are frozen, like the water in your eye, it's like frozen. You can see it white. And then the boxes that I was letting air out because they stunk, and the crane and the wagon all filled up with snow.